I've spent years trying to help someone I care deeply about, listening, comforting, praying, giving more of myself than I ever intended. And now, I wonder if I helped by taking in her pain and sadness, while pulling down my joy and happiness. It's hard to stay positive when the person you're helping is always negative. She's been in a storm for most of her life, abusive relationships. She yells and screams, pushes him until he yells back or try to hurt her. She yells, hit me, I dare you. Eventually he does and the abuse begins. The cycle repeats itself over and over. Same situation, different relationships. Why? Trauma, so much trauma, rejection and loneliness. At first I saw a broken soul, and I thought I was sent to help her by God. Maybe she would listen to a familiar face and voice. We'd talk for hours, days, and months, and every time she broke, I tried to be the glue. To inspire, calm, give her God's word. To be honest, I was receiving words from God just talking to her. It was times I was speaking to her and the words were meant for me. So when talking, I always paid attention and stayed open to receive whatever I could. But the more I gave, the less I had left for myself. And it was some days the negativity got to me, and I would have to take a day or two to just pray and heal, just to be able to continue our talks. I began to feel spiritually drained. I would pray with her, talk her down from cliffs, remind her of her worth, but somehow she stayed stuck, and I started sinking. She called and said, "Maybe I need professional help. Can you handle that?" I said, "Well, if that will help, I've been here for years. It doesn't matter who helps you, what matters is that you get help." She got angry, again, said I wasn't listening, accused me, snapped at me, and I realized she didn't want healing, she wanted a handler. The situation started off like this. It was a typical Tuesday afternoon when the phone rang. I could tell from the caller ID that it was her. We had been through this routine countless times before. Each call started the same way, with a calm exchange of pleasantries, but it never stayed that way for long. Today was no different. "Maybe you need professional help," I suggested gently, trying to keep my voice steady. I knew what was coming next, but I hoped, perhaps naively, that this time would be different. "Can you handle that?" she snapped back, her voice rising with each word. The anger was palpable even through the phone. I could almost see her face turning red, her eyes narrowing in frustration. I took a deep breath, trying to maintain my composure. "I've been here for years," I reminded her. "It doesn't matter who helps you, what matters is that you get help." But my words seemed to fall on deaf ears. She got angry, again, said I wasn't listening, accused me of not caring, snapped at me with a fury that seemed to come from deep within her. And in that moment I realized something profound. She didn't want healing, she wanted a handler. This realization hit me like a ton of bricks. For years I had been trying to help her, to guide her towards a path of healing and self-discovery. But she wasn't interested in that. She wanted someone to manage her, to control her outbursts, to be there to absorb her anger and frustration. As she continued to rant on the other end of the line, I found myself tuning out. My mind wandered back to the first time we had met. She had seemed so different then, vulnerable, yes, but also hopeful. She had wanted to change, or at least that's what she had said, but somewhere along the way, that hope had turned into something darker. I thought about all the times I had tried to help her, all the advice I had given, all the late-night phone calls and emergency meetings, and I realized that none of it had made a difference. She was still the same angry, frustrated person she had always been, and I was still the same person trying and failing to help her. "Are you even listening to me?" Her voice broke through my thoughts, sharp and accusatory. "Yes, I'm listening," I replied, though my heart wasn't in it. I knew that no matter what I said, it wouldn't make a difference. She didn't want to hear what I had to say. She just wanted to vent, to release her anger onto someone else. As the call finally came to an end, I felt a sense of relief wash over me, but it was tinged with sadness. I knew that this wasn't the end. There would be more calls, more outbursts, more accusations, and I would be there, as always, trying to help, trying to make a difference. But deep down, I knew the truth. She didn't want healing, she wanted a handler. and I wasn't sure how much longer I could keep playing that role. I prayed and asked God, am I abandoning her, or am I finally obeying you? And the answer was clear. You cannot help someone who doesn't want to walk. You can only point them toward the light. She talks a good game and says the right words, almost like she is mimicking what she thinks I want to hear, but her actions are the same. She talks wise, but her actions are angry, mad, frustrated. Any little thing to set her off or push her buttons, like she said, trigger her. I feel it is just an excuse to be her real self, because being happy or at peace feels unnatural. But being angry, mad, frustrated, feels natural because she has been feeling that way for so many years. I love you, but I can't be your savior, I can't be your peace. That has to come from God and your willingness to heal. When you're ready, I'll support you, but I won't carry you anymore. She didn't like it, maybe she never will, but for the first time in years I felt peace, the kind that only comes when you let go and let God. Helping someone doesn't mean losing yourself. Boundaries aren't rejection, they are protection. They are the invisible lines that define where you end and another person begins. They are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and ensuring that you don't lose yourself in the process of helping others. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to protect your well-being. You can love deeply and still walk away when your soul is being suffocated. Love is a powerful and transformative force, but it should never come at the cost of your own mental, emotional, or spiritual health. Walking away from a situation that is draining you doesn't mean you love any less. It means you love yourself enough to prioritize your own well-being. You are not selfish for protecting your peace. In a world that often glorifies self-sacrifice and putting others first, it can be easy to feel guilty for taking time for yourself. But protecting your peace is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-preservation. It is recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and that taking care of yourself is essential for being able to help others effectively. You are wise for trusting God with what you can no longer carry. There are times in life when the burdens we carry become too heavy to bear alone. In these moments, it is wise to trust in a higher power, to let go of what you can no longer carry, and to have faith that things will work out as they are meant to. Trusting God, or whatever higher power you believe in, is a way of acknowledging that you are not alone, and that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. In conclusion, helping others is a noble and beautiful act, but it should never come at the cost of your own well-being. Remember to set boundaries, prioritize your own peace, and trust in a higher power to carry the burdens that are too heavy for you to bear alone. By doing so, you can continue to help others while also taking care of yourself, ensuring that you are able to give from a place of abundance rather than depletion. If you've ever loved someone who hurt you while you tried to help, you know the deep, aching pain that comes with it. It's a feeling that can leave you questioning your worth, your decisions, and even your ability to love again. But remember, this pain is not a reflection of your value. It's a testament to your capacity to care deeply, to give selflessly, and to hope endlessly. In those moments of hurt, it's crucial to remind yourself that you are not defined by the actions of others. Your worth is intrinsic, unchanging, and immeasurable. You are not alone. There are countless others who have walked this path, who have felt the sting of betrayal and the weight of disappointment. They too have questioned their worth and wondered if they would ever find peace. But in sharing our stories, we find strength, we find community, we find hope. So drop a comment if this story touched you. Let your voice be heard. Your story matters, and it could be the beacon of light someone else needs to find their way out of the darkness. Share it with someone who's been there. We all need reminders that we are not alone, that our experiences, no matter how painful, are shared by others. By sharing this story, you are extending a hand of compassion and understanding to someone who might be struggling in silence. You are saying, I see you, I understand, and I'm here for you. In a world that often feels disconnected, these small acts of kindness can create ripples of change, fostering a sense of belonging and support. And most of all, don't forget to protect your heart. It's easy to become jaded and build walls around your heart after being hurt. But remember, your heart is a precious gift. It's the source of your love, your compassion, and your empathy. Protect it, but don't let it harden. Allow yourself to feel, to love, and to be vulnerable. It's in these moments of vulnerability that we find our true strength. It's where we discover the depth of our resilience and the boundless capacity of our hearts to heal and to love again. God gave it to you for a reason. Your heart, with all its scars and its strength, is a testament to your journey. It's a symbol of your courage, your perseverance, and your unwavering faith. In moments of doubt, look to the heavens and remember that you are never alone. There is a higher power watching over you, guiding you, and loving you unconditionally. Trust in that love, and let it be your anchor in the storm. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. In your moments of deepest despair, when the weight of the world feels unbearable, know that you are held in the loving embrace of the divine. Your pain is seen, your tears are counted, and your heart is cherished. Lean into that divine comfort and let it soothe your soul. You are loved, you are valued, and you are never alone.